I think the police department are entirely too lenient with these vicious exhibitions of sex.
You're entirely right, Henry. I don't see what's happening to our youngsters today.
I see that philanthropist, Paul Lorenz, and his committee are doing a wonderful work. He'll soon clean up this filth and educate the youngsters towards a better life.
The joy out of life. Why don't they reform themselves and give us a chance to get a little innocent fun once in a while? I'm going over to James' house. They'll probably try to stop me from doing that pretty soon.
It can't be that James is interested in this sort of entertainment.
Oh, impetuous youth, Mother. He's like all the rest. Now, don't worry about him. He'll be all right.
I hope so.
We interrupt tonight's movie to bring you the following special program.
Hi, I'm Ashley Bottoms, coming to you live from Watertown's beautiful palatial theater. Welcome to Watch This. You know, you can get reviews for first-run movies just about anywhere. But nowadays, who has $10 to go to the movies? $20 if you're going to splurge on a popcorn and a drink. Well, unless you're buying, not me. That's why everything you'll see here today is available to rent. So get comfy, microwave some popcorn, and go grab that favorite drink, because we're going to take you to the movies.
Hello, I'm John Galligan, and I'm a film guy. And that means I'm not quite a film critic, but I'm certainly not a film producer either. And tonight I'd like to talk to you about Tarzan Goes to India, starring Jock Mahoney. Veteran stuntman Jock Mahoney takes up the venerable Bowie knife and loincloth of Lord Greystoke in this highly entertaining, seldom-seen Tarzan adaptation from the high noon of Camelot. Tarzan, it seems, has friends all over the world. The reasonably erudite jungle man journeys to India, disembarking from a biplane in midair with a swan dive into a river, to save a herd of wild elephants from the scheduled flooding from a hydroelectric dam.
Did you see the dam on your flight?
Yes.
It's nearly completed. In 3 weeks, they'll open the floodgates. Miles of jungle will be flooded. This was once my father's land. He turned it into an animal sanctuary.
I wanted to give them a home where they could live without fear of being hunted. Now they will all be drowned.
He has his work cut out for him. The herd is led by a nasty rogue elephant. The dam builders are a bunch of pachydermophobes, and the only way out of the valley is about to be sealed off. Fortunately, old Tarzan is a reasonable counterinsurgency type Kennedy liberal. The jungle man goes to the locals to dig up support. Jai the Jungle Boy's pet elephant, Gijendra, will make a suitably rational herd leader once Tarzan can neutralize the rogue, and the Maharaja's pretty daughter can swing the population behind the Lord of the Jungle's rough and ready conservation program. Tarzan needs all the help he can get between the project engineers blazing away at him with elephant guns and rogue pachyderms trying to crush Tarzan into ape paste. Producer Cy Weintraub inherited the Tarzan franchise from Saul Lesser at RKO Studios and brought some admirable innovations to the character. Tarzan's pidgin English was disposed of. The films were shot in color, and Tarzan was recast as a global troubleshooter dealing with problems in India, Mexico, or Thailand as the series progressed. Jock Mahoney is a reasonably fit Tarzan, a one-time professional stuntman with a Jackie Chan-like fetish for doing his own fights and falls. He was nearly 43 years old when he landed the part. Jai the Jungle Boy, his only listing in the credits, by the way, represents a kind of homecoming for the Tarzan franchise. His character is clearly a knockoff of Mowgli from Rudyard Kipling's Jungle Books, who in turn is alleged to have inspired Edgar Rice Burroughs to create Tarzan. Otherwise, Tarzan Goes to India's great virtue is simplicity. From start to finish, the whole thing revolves around great scenery, competent action sequences, and lots of elephants. Sadly, Jock Mahoney only did one other Tarzan feature, Tarzan's Three Challenges, co-starring Woody Strode. After Mahoney's short reign, football player Mike Henry took over, who ironically found the role equally taxing to the point where he declined to do the mid-1960s Tarzan TV series simply because of the sheer physical challenge involved. Tarzan Goes to India is available on DVD via the No Frills Warner Archives collection, which is a tremendous source of rare film and video.
Someone's happy. Happy boy. He's dancing. William's dancing.
Here's Gawain Ross with the segment from his autobiography. He lived it, and now he's telling it.
I've had a couple of outrageous things happen to me, especially under the influence of LSD. I went to a party when I was living in Minneapolis with people I didn't really know very well, but they were celebrating May Eve. And I felt that I was compelled by a wizard to take my clothes off. So I did that, and I was wandering around the party nude. I forgot to mention I took 5 hits of acid. And so after about an hour, I had the powerful feeling that a wizard was ordering me to go in the backyard and stand there. And it was 30 degrees out, and I was naked. So I stood there until I started really shivering. And I figured if I ran, I would get warm. But when I started running, my panic increased. And so I ran down to the highway and took a right on the embankment. And then I figured if I could match the vibration of my molecules with the vibration of the molecules of the fence, I would be able to go through it. So I ran up and tried to run right through it. And I bounced off and rolled down the embankment. It was pretty dumb. And then I wandered around and found the same house I'd been at, and those people were expecting me. They were very kind, so they were looking out for me, and they brought me in and gave me a hot bath and then drove me home. Sometimes the LSD and I don't mix.
From across the internet, all the way from Chicago, we bring you Patrick Coleman.
Hello, my name is Patrick John Coleman. I'm a psychic, medium, and a shaman in Chicago, Illinois. Okay, so you're having a bad day, okay? That's all right. What's not all right is to continue dwelling on the bad times. When you dwell on the bad times, what you're doing is you're telling the universe, give me more bad times. I like this bad time. When you talk about bad things, you just attract more and more bad things. So here's a little tip. If you're having a bad day, just say, wow. Learning a lot from today. Don't attach a negative feeling to it. Don't attach a judgment to it. Just get through it. Just get through it. Because once you get through it, then good things will start happening to you. If you have negative people in your life, snip, snap, because the negative people in your life are bringing negative things to you. That's hard for us to deal with. If we have families and relationships and friends, and we're just realizing, man, y'all are a bunch of miserable because people really do love their misery. You have to understand that they are invested in the misery. And if you get on this misery bandwagon, it just creates more and more and more and more and more and more misery. Next thing you know, you're wishing you were dead. And that's not a very fun place to be. No one really knows how bad things get for me sometimes. And they do get pretty bad because I am only human. Like everybody else, we're just human beings. Okay? So if you're having a bad day, remember, at least you're not flat ironing your hair in a Burger King bathroom. At least you're not flat ironing your hair in a Burger King bathroom. There's no need to get into all that right now. I just want you to have a good day and stop thinking about your problems. And sometimes if you look at other people's problems, you're not so bad. Have you got arms? You got legs? You got clothes to wear? You got a phone? You got things? You got everything you need. You have everything you need right now. Everything, trust me. Okay? And yeah, the world's a crappy place, but the world don't matter. You matter. You matter. Have a great day and know that you are loved. All right? You're loved.
Do you have a question or comment? Do you want to be a part of the cast and crew of Watch This? Why not let us know? Give us an email. Send an email to us at watchthis@email.com. The email again is watchthis@email.com. And be sure to tell them that Ashley sent you.
Now, as a Watch This near exclusive, we present the locally produced film, My First Time.
It's so nice, you know? I've never been in the woods before.
Really?
Never.
They're so close to your house.
Yeah, but, you know, it's just, I've looked at them before and stuff. You know what? This is so amazing. You know? That's what I really like about you.
That I'm amazing?
Hardly. No, it's just that, you really get me out of my comfort zone, you know? I mean, I bet this is what it was like 1,000 years ago.
Yeah, minus the Indian Braves.
Yeah. Where are those Indian Braves? Hello?
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 Hello? Indian Braves?
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello?
Hello?
Hello?
Hello?
Hello?
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Indian?
Hello?
Hello?
Wow, that stinks. Yeah, because it'd be so cool to hang, you know, learn how to live off buffalo, you know, build a teepee.
I'm sure they'd love to hang out with you.
Why not? I'm a cool guy. I'm a nice guy. Plus, I'd give him a peace offering.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What would that be?
You. What else?
Oh, hell no. Hell no. There's no way. No, absolutely not. No way would that ever happen. Oh, no. Really? No. Hell no way.
I see a squirrel. You know, when you think about it, nature and beauty, and all that stuff.
Whatever. I've seen a bear once.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So did I.
Yeah?
I saw a bear once too. Yeah. Yeah, back when I was a little girl. I saw a bear. Saw a bunch of bears.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, they're brown
and bears. Look at those bears. Oh my God.
And I ran so far away. And I ran.
thought you said you've never been in the woods before.
Ran so far away.
Do you have a question or comment? Do you want to be a part of the cast and crew of Watch This? Why not let us know? Give us an email. Send an email to us at watchthis@email.com. The email again is watchthis@email.com. And be sure to tell them that Ashley sent you.
Here's our own Kara Bonham with her tribute to Paul Mazursky.
I regret to say that one of cinema's greats, the director Paul Mazursky, has passed away. He was in his 80s.
Paul Mazursky was a prolific actor with 76 credits to his name, including supporting roles in Stanley Kubrick's first ever feature film, Fear and Desire, as well as the cinema classic Blackboard Jungle. He was also a co-creator for The Monkees, but was in the director's chair where he truly left his mark.
Among the ones he was better known for directing were the unforgettable Enemies: A Love Story, which is about a trigamist who's trying not very hard to keep the wives from knowing about each other.
Hey, Mom! I'm pregnant!
It's wonderful.
The very amusing Down and Out in Beverly Hills, based on a French comedy with a very similar plot.
Ah, Matisse, what a lovely dog you are. Such a pretty dog. And such pretty eyes you have. What a lovely dog. I hear you're not eating, Matisse. Dr. Von Zimmer has some food for you. Here you are. Oh, Matisse. Oh, Matisse, you're very angry, aren't you?
He directed the squirm-inducing Bob and Carol and Ted and Alice, which is supposedly about spouse swapping in the 60s, but it's more about the frustration of the pre-baby boomers who want to get in on the fun of the sexual revolution, but find they're a bit too old and awkward for it.
Orgy, 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 orgy.
Alice.
Orgy.
You're just getting even with Ted.
Although films like Bob and Carol and Ted and Alice and I Love You, Alice B. Toklas, which he co-wrote, were about people like himself, a pre-baby boomer in the sexual revolution, his only film described as autobiographical was his 1976 release, Next Stop, Greenwich Village.
I think about suicide once or twice a day.
Suicide makes you feel talented.
Not only do I think I could do a great job in this picture, but I am also starving and I could really use the work.
Paul Mazursky, gone but not forgotten.
Why did a pony whisper? Why does the pony whisper? Because he's a little horse. Didn't work, did it? Okay, let me try another one. This is a medium joke, a medium for ghost hunters, okay? Why are graveyards so noisy? Because of all the coffins. Yo mama jokes are really great. Yo mama's so big when she sits around the house, she sits around the house. But my favorite yo mama joke is, yo mama head so tiny, she got her ear pierced and died.
He directed the squirm-inducing Bob and Carol and Ted and Alice, which is supposedly about spouse swapping in the 60s, but it's more about the frustration of the pre-baby boomers who want to get in on the fun of the sexual revolution, but find they're a bit too old and awkward for it.
I'm not much of an actor. I don't really want to talk about that. Okay, well,
Man, fun. This is good. I'm enjoying this. The problem is I wrote these years ago and I really never designed the site. So some of the sentences. All right. Tarzan Goes to India, 1962, directed by John Guillermo. Veteran stuntman Jock Mahoney takes up the venerable bowie knife and loincloth of Lord Greystoke in this highly entertaining, seldom-seen Tarzan adaptation from the High Noon of Camelot. Tarzan, it seems, has friends all over the world.